Good day, mate, and welcome from Melbourne. As you guessed, I moved countries and cities again, and now I am in Australia, and I wanted to share it in my second vlog and talk about it a little bit. And it's Christmas time, or New Year time, or almost that, roughly the same. So it's a great opportunity to have a little bit of a chat, maybe. When you walk through Melbourne, one thing that becomes obvious very quickly is that nobody is rushing. Yeah, people walking really fast and quite a lot of the time with a coffee cup in hand. So probably that is a fuel for that speed, but nobody is actually rushing, and the city moves at a calm but steady pace. And after a while you start moving at that pace as well. And if you work in IT, that change is not just personal, how you walk physically, but it slowly reshapes how you think as well, and how you work, how you grow as an engineer. We often talk about tech stacks, tools and architectures, but we rarely talk about the speed of the environment around us and how it actually shapes ourselves as engineers. One thing that surprised me about Australia, and especially Melbourne, is how modern it feels from a tech perspective. It's not just about tools or infrastructure, but how quickly things move and how comfortable people with change. From my experience, Australia feels very up to date in how technology is approached. So all of the cloud first thinking and a real pragmatic approach to this, with very few legacy constraints. The focus is usually on what works now and not on preserving what was in the past. As an engineer, it is very refreshing environment to work in, and you don't spend as much time fighting the system, and instead you can just focus on what you want to achieve and what you want to learn. And you will have time to learn new things in practice, which is great. What I really enjoy here is how decisions are made. Things can move fast, and a decision is taken and then changed again if a new information appears, and then something happens again and that decision can be changed yet again. So from my experience recently, I was working on a statement of work for a month, and we all agreed that yep, that is what is going to be delivered. We started that project, and 1 week later that statement of work was pretty much scraped, and it became something completely different because there was a rumor that a technology might be introduced, a new technology might be introduced, and that would affect the decision and the whole project. So we decided to wait a bit and work only on the foundation stuff, and then make a decision for a client to work on something afterwards. And honestly, that kind of approach, it is fun. For people in IT, it means that you need to be comfortable with a constant change, and I would say that that is a theme of working in Australia, at least from me, from my personal experience. So another interesting bit is that the pace here is actually quite fast. So the projects move, teams reorganize and priorities shift, but emotionally it feels very relaxed. So there is some sort of urgency, but without panic. You have the speed, and if you enjoy fast riding, then you will get that feeling here. So there is a speed without pressure. That combination is rare, and it is quite productive, I would say. Environment also shapes careers in a particular way. From what I've seen and from my experience, the career progression here in IT especially is very often driven by a movement. So you change team, you change the company, and sometimes you even change the context. So I started working as a software developer, moved to DevOps, and right now I'm mostly working with data and data engineering. And staying in one place for many years, it does happen, but moving every 1 or 2 years is not unusual at all, and it is very much accepted here, especially if you are curious and growth oriented. For me personally, it feels normal and not risky at all. Stability here doesn't always come from staying in one role and just knowing that you have this cushion. It comes from knowing that you can adapt to different things, that your skills are transferable from one technology, from one domain to another one, and that change isn't something to fear. That system rewards flexibility more than loyalty, and once you accept that, it becomes quite freeing. So Australia feels fast, modern, and flexible. Things do move quickly here, and they don't feel heavy. For people in IT, this creates an interesting question. Are you looking for a stability in one place, or stability in your ability to adapt to different settings? Here, the second one matters more. And maybe I can give one extra advice that would really help, not only in Australia, but worldwide. You have to be able to build a structure inside of you. So to organize your learning plans, to get your career progression straight, and to get into the technical depths wherever or however you want, you need to be able to provide it by yourself. And if you have this skill, then you will be able to grow fast and quite deep, which is amazing. And for senior engineers especially, this means one thing: growth becomes a conscious decision and not a reaction to outside pressure. The environment, it doesn't resist you, but it also doesn't push you forward, and maybe it is a little bit especially true, not necessarily here in Australia. I'm starting to see Australia as a place that amplifies who you already are. If you are disciplined, it gives you space to do your best work. If you are tired, then it will allow you to rest and recover. But if you are drifting, it actually won't interrupt you, and it wouldn't give you that pathway to get everything straight.